Sip Atmatrai, Sip Girish. Two people's audio is still connecting. Sip Samatma, Sip Kumar Swami, welcome sir. Sip Sidanand, Sip Bliss, Sip Sagai, Sip Rajan, Sip Roop, Sip Kundan. And then the rest of you, I am unable to see you, but I welcome you to the call. Many of you are hiding. So with that note, today's session, administrator. Today's session, why are we so scared of sorrow and death? The whole world is scared of sorrow and death. The question, why? What is the reason we are so scared of sorrow and death? Ashok Chotwani has put his hand up. So the champion of the day. Ashok, bolo.
Shivam, sir.
Shivam, Ashok.
Sir, we are so scared of sorrow and death because of our ignorance. Because of ignorance, we have not realized that we are not body, mind, and ego, but we are divine soul.
Okay.
That's why we are scared and we are suffering.
If that was the case, then the whole world should not be suffering. No. Why the whole world is suffering, Ashok?
Because they are not realized, sir.
But what is the problem in realizing? If that is the solution, if it's such a simple solution, then there should be no problem. The whole world should be no sorrow and no death. So what's the topic we are saying? Why are we so scared of sorrow and death? Ashok?
Yeah, sir, because we are not realized.
And if they realize, then there will be no sorrow, or we will not be scared of sorrow and death.
Sir. Yeah, there will be no sorrow.
Okay. Let us ask. You are giving a very simple answer. You are giving an answer like a magic show. Let us ask Bliko and then Harsh. Harsh is coming after a long time. Bliko, yes, Bliko.
Shivam, everybody.
Shivam.
The answer was given by Ashok is number one. And I want to add one more thing, that the attachment is the main reason we scare and sorrow, because we have attached to the body and relationship, and we don't realize that we are one ship manifesting in different bodies, and the relations are just an illusion due to Maya. When we overcome this natural phenomena, that when we accept birth, the death is inevitable. And it is going to be one day, whether you are enlightened or not, you are man or woman, or you are animal or whatever. In the Mrityulok, death is guaranteed. So we have to accept it and surrender the divine decision and the system which is in place.
Is it that people don't know that death is inevitable?
People know that, but people don't inquire and they avoid this subject. If you ask somebody to death, forget about that. Just think about, talk about something else, because people know it from inside, but they don't want to, keep on thinking, go deeply and investigate what is the truth about that. That's the reason.
Okay, good answer. I mean, let us see. I don't know what is the right answer. I told you, when I come to the Zoom call, I don't know the right answer. The right answers we find out in Ask AiR. So I don't know the right answer. The answer we will come to know. Harsh Agarwal.
Sir, Shivam, yeah, coming after a long time.
Yes, Harsh,
Okay.
welcome.
So my question is, does karma applies on non-living things?
Does karma apply to non-living things?
Yeah.
Like a stone?
Yeah, maybe. Anything.
Like a mountain? Do you think? Do you think karma
Yeah.
is there for a mountain and for a stone? You think so?
Yeah, I am asking this because, some piece of marble becomes God itself and some becomes the flooring. That's why, out of that curiosity.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Some piece of marble becomes flooring, and some people.
Isn't it karma somewhere?
Harsh Agarwal, that is a unique. You are given a unique proposition that even the marble has got karma. According to our analysis, the karma is only for the mind and ego that is alive, and the non-living things do not have karma. But maybe a person like you may get some anubhuti and you can come and teach us something. But at this point of time, we have no reason to believe that a piece of marble has karma. If you have any logic to explain that, just by saying marble piece becomes flooring and becomes murti, that does not mean karma, because that murti and marble flooring will remain there forever. It will not go anywhere. So the answer is Harsh Agarwal, no. Non-living things don't have karma. If there's any more questions, you can come back to us. In the meanwhile, Rohit. Yes, Rohit.
Yeah, Shivam, Guruji. So,
Shivam, sir.
yeah. So I think people are afraid of losing their ego, the I,
People are afraid of
losing the ego.
losing the ego.
Yeah. So
Why would they lose the ego?
because who's the sufferer? Who's the sufferer? So the I is a sufferer because we think that the I is a sufferer or the experiencer.
The question is,
No I.
Rohit, the question is, why are we scared of sorrow and death? Are you addressing that question?
Yes.
Why are we afraid of, why are you why don't you say it as I am afraid of, or you don't want to use your own example? Why is somebody afraid of sorrow and death?
Yeah. Actually, we are scared of losing the ego.
Why should we be scared of losing the ego? Why? What is the problem? What will happen if we lose the ego?
Because we want to have that I-ness. And
Why do we want the I? Why do we want that I-ness? There must be some reason, na, Rohit? You agree there must be some reason, or there's no reason for that?
Yeah, there should be some reason.
Okay.
But what I feel is we think the I is the doer or the I is the experiencer.
Can I give you the reason you would like to have? I would like, if you want the answer to your point, I can give it to you.
Yes.
You want to answer?
Sure.
If I think I am the ego, then I am scared of death, and because I will lose everything that is mine.
Correct.
My house, my family, my
Correct.
child, I will lose everything. So
Yes.
I am
So
scared.
actually, that is what I actually wanted to interpret.
I know. That's why I gave the answer, to be sure whether that is what you are telling or not. Correct?
Yes. So this is what actually I meant.
Yeah.
Correct.
But there is more to the answer. Today's question, like every day's asker, is very deep. Today's asker is very, very deep. Very, very, very deep. But you should ask the relevant questions to get to that point. Who has got more deeper questions? Why are we scared of sorrow? 1. 2. Why are we scared of death? There are two questions that have been merged together. Why are we scared of sorrow? Why are we scared of death? Suppose you hear, let me propose another state of mind. Suppose you hear your best friend has got cancer. You celebrate? Or you're very unhappy? You're very scared? The first thought that comes to you, oh my God, she got cancer. And the second thought that comes to you, what if I get cancer? This is, if you are a normal human being, you will think like this. The question is why? Why are we scared of sorrow? When somebody dies, you say, mar gaya, sirf, he was only 54 years old. He was only 45 years old. Mar gaya. First thing you feel sad, mar gaya. And second you think, what if I die tomorrow? What if I die today? What if it was me? Therefore, my question to you, why are we scared? Rajan and then Rekha Parvani. Rajan. Rajan, we can't hear you. Yes.
Say, Shivam
Shivam, sir.
Guruji.
Tell me, Rajan.
People are scared of sorrow because sorrow steals our happiness and bliss. Scared of death because of ignorance that death is an end. For an enlightened person, death is moksha. That ignorance, because of that ignorance, people scared of death.
Today you are giving a professor answer. A proper professor answer you have given today. Very good. Very good answer. Thank you, Rajan. So Rajan says very nicely. I'll just try to see whether our Professor Rajan has, I have caught you correctly. People are scared of sorrow because they don't want to lose happiness. Correct is what you said. Am I right? Rajan? People are scared of sorrow because they don't want to lose happiness and bliss. People are scared. Oh, if I become unhappy, then I will lose my happiness. People are scared of that sorrow because they want to hold on to happiness. Everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants pleasure. Nobody wants pain. But the question, Rajan, you did not answer is why?
Because of
Why
ignorance.
people-
Because of ignorance.
Why ignorance? Why you want happiness because of ignorance? No. You don't want happiness because of ignorance. There's a reason. So try to think. The rest of the call, I'm letting you think. Why people want happiness and they don't want unhappiness? Why? I want you to think that question. But the second point you answered, the people are scared of death because
Ignorance.
of ignorance. That was an amazing answer because you said death is not a suffering. Death is moksha. Death is liberation. You have given an ultimate answer for that. So that is a very good answer. But the first answer is correct. But you have not completed that. I want you to think a little bit more on that. Rekha Parwan. And then Rohit again. Rekha Parwan.
Shivam, AiR.
Shivam, Rekha.
People are scared of sorrow because they live with body, mind, and ego. They are not aware that they are not the body, mind, and ego, and they are the soul.
Okay.
And death also, they are ignorant about what is death.
So can you explain your points?
Die.
Can
But
you explain?
they don't know they don't die.
Okay. Can you explain both the points? Both your points have got a lot of meaning.
They can't
Can you
accept
explain?
it.
Can you explain both the points?
Shivam, are you?
Your voice is not clear. Just check your
Hello?
connection and come back. Rekha, we cannot hear you clearly, Rekha. So you have to check your connection and
Shivam?
try to, can you explain what I said? Can you explain?
I didn't hear you. AiR.
Can you explain? Can you hear, Bliko, can you hear me?
My connection is not good. I didn't.
Okay, so you have to check your connection and come back. Rohit, your question, please. Rekha, check your connection and come back. Rohit. And then Chidanand, Sunil Chittal. Yes, Rohit, please.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is one more point which I feel is that our Swarup is Sachidananda Swarup. So
Okay.
this Ananda Swarup or the happiness is actually our nature.
Very good.
And when we are in sorrow, we are actually away from our Swarupa. And when we are happy, we are close to God, or we can say our Swarupa.
So why are we scared then? Why are we scared of sorrow and death?
Because we are away from that happiness of our own Swarup.
Okay. Therefore, are we scared of it?
No, I mean, we are scared of losing it.
Scared of losing that Swarup, which we don't even realize we are. We don't even realize we are that Swarup. Then how can we be scared of losing it?
But the Swarup knows that it is that Swarup.
So the Swarup is scared? Are you telling us that the
The
consciousness
Swarup is
of
not. But somewhere when we are away from the happiness and we are into sorrow.
Okay. So you have got some very meaningful stuff in what you're saying, but it's not tied up. The strings are all loose. So let's before the end of the show, at the end of this talk, hope you can remind me to tie the loose ends for you.
There is a saying that when we are happy, we are close to God. You know, that way I'm trying to connect.
Is it so? Are all happy people close to God? Are you saying that? Are people in the discotheque? Are people who are doing bale, 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 bale? Are they all happy? Are they all close to God?
I mean, happy in the sense, true sense of happiness, not like true sense of happiness, not like doing something in excitement.
Okay. So as I said, yours very deep subject you have spoken about. That Sadanand, that Chidanand Swarup.
When we are in that prem, Ananda, Mon, kind of a state, then we are very close to God, and then when we are sorrow, we are away from it.
Try to remind me at the end of the session. We will try to touch this topic again. Chidanand, thank you. Thank you, Rohit. Chidanand.
Shivam Guruji.
Sir, Shiva,
Yeah, we are scared because first of all, our intrinsic nature is Chidananda.
yeah,
But see, because of ignorance, we cling on to something which is transitory in nature because of this Panchaklesha.
correct.
And this, we are born, the Jivatma is born with such deficiencies. But unless you use your intellect and you come out of ignorance, this fear will always be there. Fear of death, fear of losing something. Because in ignorance, we are attached to everything. And we
Okay.
are away from the Chidananda Swarup. And once the Anubhuti is there, so naturally all clinging stops because you know what is what. We are fearing it because of ignorance. Intrinsically, we are not aware that we are actually Chidananda Rupa and we are in ever state of bliss. And we look in the opposite direction, which is darkness. And then that is the cause for all the fear because we think that we'll get happiness by getting the objects in this world. It is the mind which plays the trick. It tries to imitate Chidananda and makes us look into direction where happiness will never be found. It will be there temporarily, but it will never be permanent.
Okay, good. I mean, very deep answer. I appreciate the answer. And thank you. Thank you, Sunil Chidanand. We have two more interesting participants. And I'm going to ask next first Girish and then Ashok Nichani. But before Girish starts speaking, don't lose your point, please. Whatever you want to speak, both of you. I want to just remind you what is the essence of this talk. In this world, people are living with a lot of fear. People are living because they are afraid. People are afraid to be unhappy. People are afraid of sorrow. People are afraid of death. And today we are trying to get to the root. Why are people afraid to be unhappy? Why are people afraid of misery and sorrow? Why are people afraid of death? Should we be afraid? Should we not be afraid? We have got some very high-level answers. Sunil Chidanand gave a very deep answer, but I'm scared that many of you in the call may not get what he's trying to say. He said right. What answer he gave is absolutely right. So, but whether you can understand what he's trying to say, I want to simplify it so it's very clear. But I put the question down clearly once again for Girish and then Ashok. Girish, let us start.
Believing the purpose of life is to become happy.
Please. Yes.
We seek worldly happiness, and so we never want to be unhappy. So we are scared of being sorrow. No one wants to die. We want to live forever. Even though death is inevitable, we want to live forever. That's why death scares us.
So why do you think we are scared, Girish? This is what you have said is a fact. Why are we scared?
I will lose my possessions, near and dear ones, property, and what next is not sure.
But that is true, na?
Yes.
That means we should be scared, no?
But we think it is an end.
Okay.
I will lose myself.
It is end, no? For Girish, it is the end, right?
But still the attachment is there.
No. So for Girish,
even after the death, I want to control the happenings. That I will not be able to do.
But why are we scared? We are scared because we will lose all our possessions. We are scared because of the end. But it is real that definitely we will lose our possessions. Definitely it's the end. So there is very reason to be scared.
We feel that while we live, everything is under my control. We think that after death, nothing will be in my control. But do not realize that even now is nothing in my control.
Now that is the point. Na? We don't need to be scared. We don't need to be scared because nothing we own. Nothing we own. Whatever is known is actually mithya. Whatever is known is an illusion. But we are not able to realize this. Therefore, we are unhappy. We are scared of death because we don't realize that death is not death. That is not the end. It's just a bend. So this is what many people have been trying. All of you are trying to say in the call but I'm not sure if all of you are understanding clearly. Let us check Ashok Nichani, whether Ashok Nichani is clear about it. Ashok Nichani. Because actually, in this world, there is no need to be scared of sorrow. There is no need to be scared of death. Then nobody should be scared. Why the whole world is scared? Why the whole world is 2 years, the whole world shut down in COVID? Are they scared? Were they scared of virus? They were not scared of virus. The whole world was scared of death. The whole world was scared of dying. And nobody died. Very few people died. Very, very few people died of COVID. But the whole world, even today, they are scared. Even today, people are wearing masks. Wearing mask on the mask. This itself is a mask. This is a mask. On this mask, we are wearing another mask. So I say you are wearing a mask on your mask. Because we are scared. Because we are scared of sorrow, of disease. We are scared of death. But why? We have not yet got to the answer. Little bit we have got to the answer, but not fully. Ashok Nichani.
Shivam Sarji.
Shivam, sir.
Shivam Sarji.
Yes,
Sarji,
Ashok,
first, a person should know the meaning of life. Who understands the meaning of life, then there is no sorrow for him. Life is full of bliss. Sorrow comes only when his mind is working. His mind says wrong things, negative things, make him feel sorrow. Actually, life is full of bliss if one accepts it.
So Ashok has brought a new perspective. Ashok is saying the cause of our sorrow is the mind. I don't think anybody brought this. The mind makes us scared of sorrow and death. So Ashok has brought a little bit new perspective to the discussion, because the mind is making us think. Yes, yes.
We have not brought anything with us, or nor we'll take back anything with us. Then why should we worry?
Then why we are scared, Ashok? Why the whole world is scared?
The whole world is scared because of attachments, position, power, their
and why?
Properties.
And why we have attachment, Ashok?
Because they don't have faith. They have not understood what is life.
So you're coming back to Ashok Chotwani's first point.
Fear is something, false expectations appearing real. It's all are illusions.
Why? Why is this false expectation appearing real? Why? Why the fear?
Because we are thinking, because of our mind thinking that it is going on in front of us, it is real.
Okay. Actually,
all is false. Nothing is true.
So what is this called? This is called avidya.
Avidya.
This is called ignorance.
Ignorance.
We human beings, what did Guruji say? Ratantya Kodi Sangrachay. We are leaving the most beautiful Amrit, and we are drinking Gatar ka pani. Why we are drinking Gatar ka pani and we are leaving the Amrit? Because of ignorance. Why we are losing our peace and living in sorrow? Because of ignorance. Why we are living with the fear of death? Because of ignorance. Not that we don't have the knowledge. We have the knowledge. Everybody knows. But we don't have the realization. We don't have the anubhuti. And because we don't have the anubhuti, we are suffering. In this call, every day we come on this call. What is the purpose of this call? The purpose of this call is to give people the way to have the anubhuti. The way to have the enlightenment. This call every day people are trying to move one step forward. Because we are living in avidya. The whole world is scared. You know, the whole world, not you and me. The whole world is living in fear. They are scared of misery, sorrow, disease, death. Why should you be scared of death? Death is going to happen. Death is going to come. It has to come. You cannot escape. Then why are you scared? We are scared because there is no enlightenment. We are scared because there is no realization. Like Professor Rajan said, death is moksha. That's so easy. He said death is moksha. But are people understanding? What is death? We think we will lose all that is known, all that we own. But the fact is we don't own anything. Do you own anything? You own nothing. Nothing is mine. Everything is thine. When you realize that nothing is mine, then you are free from this mithya. You're free from this illusion. We are not able to realize nothing is mine. I come with nothing. I will go with nothing. Is that a very difficult thing to understand? Is it very difficult to understand? It is so easy that a mother should know the child is not my child. But is the mother able to understand? She is not able to understand. The father is not able to understand that this is not my, nothing is mine. I don't have to give to my son. But we want to give to my son. Why we want to give to my son? This is ignorance. And therefore, right from the first answer of Ashok Chotwani, he gave the bang on answer. The answer is avidya. But what avidya? The avidya is this. My dear friends, please pay attention to this. It's very important. Why are we scared of sorrow and death? You know the answer? Because we think we are the body, mind, and ego. It's a very simple answer. As long as we live as body, mind, and ego, we will always be scared. There will always be fear of misery, of sorrow. We will always be fear and have fear of death. Because we think I am the body, this body will die. Because we think we are the mind and we think that we will be reborn and we are scared of our karma. Because we think we are the ego. The moment we realize we are not the body, mind and ego, my dear friends, there is no fear of sorrow. There is no fear of death. One man got scared. The police came. We are going to take him to jail, they said. One man got scared. Oh, they will take me to jail. My body will become sick in the jail. What will happen to my reputation? People are so bothered about reputation. But enlightened being said, you can take the body to jail. You can't take me to jail. I am a free Atma. I am an Atma. You can't jail me. You cannot jail Atma. You can take the body and go if you want. Nothing will happen to me. So a realized being, this is not a philosophy talk. This is real talk. When you realize that you are not the body, mind and ego, then you become free. But as long as we are the body, mind, ego, we suffer. We have some comments on the message Roop. People are scared of sorrow because it will disturb their life. Yes, whose life? Roop. People are scared of sorrow because it will disturb the body, mind and ego. But like many of you said, Rohit said, and then Chidanand said, if you live in that state of Sat Chidanand Swarup, it means if you live in that state of Sat Chit Anand, Chidanand. Chidanand means you live in that state of Ananda, of consciousness. Then there is the question of sorrow. There is no question of sorrow. Rekha Parvani, we are living in Mithya and we are ignorant of the truth, and that's why we are scared. Absolutely. We are living in ignorance. We think the world is real and we don't realize this life. This is not our house. Nothing is ours. Because we cling to samsara. Biggest problem in this world is what? We are clinging. We are clinging to samsara. As long as we cling, we will never achieve happiness. We need to let go. We need to let go. And when we let go, we are free. We need to have that state. So let us get some more questions. I hope you got the answer of today's call. Today's call answer is this. I'm repeating to you the question. Why are we so scared of sorrow? We are scared of sorrow because we are the body, mind and ego. The body, mind and ego is scared of sorrow. The real self, the Atma, is not scared of sorrow. Why are we scared of death? The body, mind, ego is scared of death. The Atma never dies. I will never die. The moment I realize I will never die, where is the question of being scared of death? I overcome the fear of death. I realize that death is just like changing clothes. I may change my clothes and come back if I have done karma. But our goal in this call of Ask AiR is not to come back. Our goal is to be liberated. Our goal is to be united with the divine, with SIP. That is our goal. Let us continue with some more questions. I have given you a synopsis. Shiva. Yes.
I said we are scared because we live as body, mind, and ego.
Yes.
And I told you that death because we think we are going to die.
In reality?
At death, we think we are going to die. We are ignorant.
But what's the reality?
The reality is we don't die. The body dies.
Correct. If you don't die, if and the body dies, if you are not going to die and the body only dies, then will you be scared of death?
No, not at all. We have to realize and accept.
Yeah. So if you have really realized the truth, then you will not be scared of death or disease or sorrow. Rumata ji, bataiye Rumata ji.
जी डेथ से क्या स्केयर्ड होना, वो तो प्रभु से मिला देता है।
हाँ।
तो और हमें जो है सॉरो से भी नहीं स्केयर्ड होना चाहिए, बिकॉज इन सॉरोज यू आर नियरर टू गॉड।
ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है?
यस, यू रिमेम्बर गॉड व्हेन यू आर इन दुख।
आपने तो क्रिकेट के भाषा में आपने गूगली बोल कर दिया, गूगली। Rumata ji is saying, you know what Rumata is saying? Rumata ji is saying we should not be scared of sorrow. And I'm asking her why we should not be scared of sorrow. She's saying because dukh mein sumiran sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi, jo sukh mein sumiran kare, to dukh kahe hoye. So Rumata ji has spoken something else. Rumata ji saying sorrow में रहेंगे तो प्रभु से निकट रहेंगे. ऐसा तो this is not the true case actually, because जब हम sorrow में रहते हैं हम रोते हैं, हम बहुत रोते हैं. And the fear of sorrow is not a pleasant feeling. The fear of sorrow is a very unpleasant feeling, and we have to get rid of this unpleasant feeling, and it comes with the realization of the truth. When you realize the truth, my dear friends, then what is there to be fear? Fear itself disappears. The word fear, F-E-A-R, this word we are scared. Fear, false expectation appearing real. The fear will disappear. Why the fear will disappear? Because the fear is mithya. The fear is not satya. What is sorrow? Sorrow is part of the drama called life. Sorrow is not real. Sorrow is like a dream. But we don't understand it. We think sorrow is real. Death is just like a sunset. The sun will rise again. But we don't realize that death is a sunset. The child is crying, Papa, Papa, Papa. What happened? He says, sun is going to set, it's going to become dark. The father laughs. Sun is going to set, so what? No, sun will go away. I don't want sun to go away. Sun doesn't go anywhere. It's just a cycle. Yes, Ru Mata ji, who's Ru? आपका दूसरा कनेक्शन में कुछ बोलना है Ru ji? Who's Ru? Ru Mata ji होंगे ना?
गुरु जी, ये दुख में ये ठीक है कि दुख अनप्लेजेंट होता है, पर दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ, इट विल कम.
लेकिन
unless and until we are enlightened, we will feel the sorrow.
We should not fear, ना. If you are the Ru, अगर आप Ru है, आप Ru माता जी है, तो फिर दुख काय का
अगर गुरुजी 100% हो जाते तो फिर बात ही क्या थी?
वो तो हम 100% की बात ही करते ना. आप तो एनलाइटेंड है ना, तो आपको दुख नहीं होना, स्कैर्ड नहीं होना चाहिए. यू शुड नॉट बी स्कैर्ड ना रूमाता जी. आपको तो पूरा ज्ञान है, पूरा ब्रह्म ज्ञान है आपको.
ज्ञान से क्या होता है? रियलाइजेशन से होता है. अपरोक्ष अनुभूति जब तक नहीं होगी तब तक कुछ नहीं.
अभी माता जी की बेटी बोलना चाहती है. रू बोलो. रू, आपका अमेरिका में आप वापस आ गई?
वापस आ गए गुरुजी.
बताइए आपका सवाल क्या है?
गुरुजी, हमारा कोई भी बॉडी का पार्ट जो है अगर वो पेन में है तो हमें पता है कि इट इज नॉट मी, इट इज माय बॉडी व्हिच इज हैविंग पेन, बट स्टिल हमारा जो पूरा ध्यान है वो उसमें ही केंद्रित रहता है, मतलब उसमें ही सेंट्रलाइज हो जाता है. We are not able to take out our attention from there. So कैसे वो करना है?
Because we are in the mind state. If you are in a state of consciousness, let me ask you a question. If your body is paining, correct? Your body is paining. Then why is it that when you go to sleep, the pain disappears? Why is it that when you're fast asleep, you feel the pain? You don't feel pain. Then how is it possible? Tell me. If the body is paining, then when you are sleeping also, you should feel the pain. So this is what you need to. So this is because you lose the consciousness. And the idea is when you lose the consciousness, in this case, when you are able to raise your consciousness, you can also be elevated from the pain. So there are two ways of being elevated from pain. One is when you lose consciousness, you can be elevated from the pain. One is when you raise consciousness, you can be elevated from the pain. Now people don't understand it. People say, what are you talking? How is it possible? But then you think, how is it possible? कि जब नींद आती है, pain कहाँ चले जाता है? You had pain. And when you wake up, the pain comes back. How come the pain comes back? Because your mind comes back. Your mind starts becoming conscious and then you feel the pain. It is to do biologically also. So, Ruji, the way forward is when we are in consciousness, we may feel the pain, but we don't suffer the pain. Which means we may feel the pain of the body to some extent. I'm not saying you will overcome the pain completely. You may feel the pain to some extent, but you will not suffer the pain. Because you will know this is not, I am not paining. The body is paining. The moment there is the differentiation in your consciousness, you will be able to battle the suffering. People who are in enlightenment, na, Haji, samjhe aap?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
Okay. So we should try to raise our consciousness. That's why they say, raise your consciousness levels. That is the goal. Haji, Rekha bataiye.
Shiva,
Shiva.
I feel sorrow is a very negative word. Because instead of questioning God, I feel that way. And I feel our pain and sorrow is because of our karma also. I think if we accept it.
No. So therefore, yes. No, therefore you may accept it. But why are we still scared of sorrow and death? Suppose you
ignorance.
Yeah. So okay. So we have come back to the first point with Ashok Chotwani started. Yeah. So our biggest problem, as Chotwani ji was started with a bang on answer, and many of you have said the answer. Our biggest problem is अविद्या के कारण हम सब तड़पते, अंधकार में जीते और फिर हम मरते, पुनर्जन्म फिर हम लेते, मुक्ति नहीं हम पाते, अविद्या में जीते मरते. Avidya is a big problem, and avidya is exactly the opposite of enlightenment. And in this call, every day we talk of just one thing: switch on the light. Switch on the light. When you switch on the light, you overcome the darkness. What is this darkness? This darkness is ignorance. Just like in a room, when you enter, there is no light, you can't see anything. When you switch on the light, you can see everything. My dear friends, enlightenment is the ability to switch on the light. The moment you switch on the light, there will be no fear of sorrow or death. Arey, body will suffer. I am not the body. When the mind starts wandering in worry and fear, you tame the monkey mind and you tell, hey, monkey, come on. Because you are in consciousness. And when you realize that the ego gets anguished by anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, then you say, I am not I. You keep telling yourself, stop it, stupid. Stop it, stupid. And you tell yourself, stop it, stupid, because your body, mind, and ego are being stupid. Then there is no fear, my dear friends, of sorrow. And there's no fear of death when you realize that I will never die. I am the immortal spirit. I am the soul. I am the Atma. And the Atma never dies. Atma is part of Paramatma. Therefore, in this call today, very deep subject, take it home. There is no need to fear. There is no need to fear any sorrow. There is no need to fear death. Death will come when it has to, but it's not my death. It's death of the body. Every body has to die. And if I realize I am not the mind and ego, then I'm free from all karma. And I am united with the divine. Then why should I have fear? There is no need to fear. When we realize the simple truth, we will be free from all fear. And this is our goal, that enlightenment, to be liberated from misery, from suffering, and the fear of death. Death should be a celebration, because death is unification with the divine for the enlightened being. I bow down to you.